Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. My name is Bahamut, and we find ourselves here in a Division B East matchup. We've got Uncomfortably Numb on the left, and we have Durotan's Couch on the right. But first things first, we got to figure out how we got to Towers of Doom for game number 1. Home team this afternoon is going to be Uncomfortably Numb, losing the coin flip, banning out Sky Temple and Braxis Holdout. The members of Durotan's Couch opting for first pick priority for game number 1. They'll go ahead and ban out Alterac Pass and Battlefield of Eternity, as we will be seeing Towers of Doom first map pick coming out for the members of Uncomfortably Numb. Let's get back into our draft. I'm going to double check something really quickly. I feel like Windows settings are currently taking place, and by that I mean I think Windows changed the volume on my microphone, as it likes to do here and there. So give me 1 second. Yep, it did. I just want to punch you, Windows, in the face. Okay, there we go. Sorry for headphone users. That is going to be it right there. Okay, we fixed it. It's just I was like, usually we max out on the limiter, and I was just kind of like bouncing just underneath it. So I was like, that's weird. Is your name really Bahamut? Can you prove it for us? Yes, but if I did, I would have to destroy the entire stream setup, because I am a giant dragon. How's it going, Ace? Good to see you, 7th. Oh, Day, how are you? Day, how have you been? Are you okay? You doing all right? Ito, good to see you as well. I think someone else is up further in chat. The Only Black Cat, good to see you as well. Thanks for coming by, everybody. We are going to be having a Zuljo on a band on the left-hand side, Hanzo, and a Mal'Ganis on the right. Last night during CCL, we saw some impressive Mal'Ganis play out from Russ, and I'll be honest, that Mal'Ganis, there's no way that gets picked up, or, excuse me, there's no way it doesn't get banned out the rest of CCL Season 2. Like, that's just dumb. It was dumb and scary. But they're going to grab themselves an ETC on the right-hand side for this for Durotan's Couch. I like this because of the disruption he brings to the table. He's able to kind of get into that back line. Stage dive is an option if they want to try and utilize that to be able to stage dive into the back and then power slide through Tassadar, Rhaegar. No, okay, they're going to see Tassadar and Raynor. We could be seeing Bloodlusted Tassadar Archon form. That's what I've been seeing a lot of teams go for. And why not? It's insanely strong. Like, it's so strong to go for that Tassadar with the Rhaegar and Bloodlust. And Raynor just, you know, he's just gonna pepper him. Just gonna keep applying pepper. Introduce me to Paradox? What do you mean? What do you mean, Dorkster? How you doing, bud? Fishy, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Oh, this is my jam! Chanavori? Sorry, I probably mispronounced your name. Thank you for the follow. Just Ito with the cool cat glasses. All right, we do have that Lucio and Li Ming on the right-hand side. Lucio's speed boost between the lanes is really good. The chase potential is going to be a huge factor as well, so that way they can speed them up and chase further in. That allows ETC to potentially get into the backline a lot faster. Greymane will be removed, as that does pair well with that Li Ming dive potential with the ETC as well. I actually really like the bans coming up, excuse me, from both sides thus far as well. Didn't really touch on the Hanzo, but they do have a lot of good poke potential as well. Desert Jester, dear Lord, thank you for the 5 months of support. 4 or 5 months. Twitch, I don't think... 4 or 5 months, don't think Twitch knows. Thank you so much, Desert Jester. I really appreciate the support. Thank you for the Twitch Prime for 5 months. I really appreciate using that here. That will be a Garrosh actually being removed, not wanting them to be able to walk in. Also, the thing is, like, ETC typically wants to power slide in, and Garrosh makes that very difficult. They power slide in, they get thrown away, or they power slide in and find themselves on the wrong side of the lane, closer to towers, and that makes a lot of sense. That's a really heads-up ban coming out from them. Joanna was already banned out, so I still like the Rhaegar here, and they could go a Diablo. They could go into... Well, actually, Diablo would be a little too far out. Muradin's still a great option as well. Trying to think of main tanks off the top of my head. Arthas might be towards the solo lane here. We'll have to see. I'm not the biggest fan of main tank Arthas. It's doable. It's just he feels very weak right now in comparison to things like Garrosh, ETC, Joanna. You know, it's like Mal'Ganis, all of these main tanks that are often prioritized. Obviously, you know, 3 of those tanks will be banned out, but I still think Muradin's really good. The raw damage potential from him can be amazing, as well as if you talent into it, you can use your storm bolts to be able to siege really effective, and that will be a Rexar for the solo and a Tracer to try and get in that backline. That's exciting. I don't like the thing where you ban the heroes we play. Ektar Shock. Happy birthday, Bandit. Thank you, Harkin. Yes, it is Bandit's birthday. So when is Bandit's party happening? It's probably going to happen after this best of 3 before the next one. Anton, what's up? How you doing, bud? I was thinking we'll do one best of 3. There should be a decent amount of time in between this best of 3 and the next one for the heroic division. So during that, I've got a bunch of presents for Bandit. We're going to do a bark box as well. So definitely if you want to give treats or anything like that, I would say hold them till after this best of 3 series, and then we'll do a bark box. We'll do a little hangout with Bandit, and we'll give him all of his birthday toys as well. But this will be our draft here, as it is going to be main tank art, this solo lane Malthael for some double soak potential. And into a Rexar, they could actually stack the Last Rites post 10 off of the Misha Bear. We've seen some people do that before. Harkin with the big treat for Bandit. Do you want that now or do you want me to wait, Harkin? I'm going to leave this up to you. I won't do it just yet because it takes me too long for me to get it, give it to him, and then you won't even see him eat it. So let me know during this game if you want me to hold that until the bark box time or if you want me to just do it immediately after the game. Haven't seen Bloodlust in a while. Oh, look, another Tassadar. Fun meta we're having these days. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? The meta is shifting. We have Bloodlust Rhaegar, which is not something that was like a thing for the longest time. He got a slight change at level 20, I believe, for Gladiator's War Shout, and still just with Archon form Tassadar, like, we have a new meta. Like, this is the meta. Like, it just changed. We're still playing in the new meta. Either way, I get where you're coming from. Let's get into game here. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Uncomfortably Numb. We've got Mr. Monkey Man going to be on the Rainer. Pilot of Earth will be on that. Malthael. Kiknaz, I think, is going to be on the Rhaegar. Famous will be on that Arthas, and Novus is on the Tassadar. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Durotan's Couch. We'll be seeing Sir Noble on the ETC, Ace on the Lucio, Captain Wedge on that Rexar, Big Eggroll on the Li Ming, and a Fishy is going to round out their team on the Tracer. Let's get into mid lane, check out our level 1s, and see what our first engagement looks like. We will be having Cyan Fusion for the Tassadar at level 1. And this is the other, like, there's pretty much been 2 level 1s. Like, I know that there's more options. Misha Bear going to get picked off right there, but this is the more rare level 1 pick. I've actually seen a lot more Tassadars going into the static charge. I think that's right. The questing talent level 1 for your Shock Ray, or your Q, if you will. So we'll see how this fares for them. This might give them more poke potential. Does it increase the range? Increases the range by 33 and each non-structure enemy hit by Sonic Storm restores 0.5 mana and increases to 5 against heroes. Okay. So it's going to be good good mana control for the Tassadar. They will have more poke potential with the Cyan Fusion as well for that 33% range. So I'm not saying it's bad by any means. It's just what I see typically from a lot of teams is going to be that static charge from level 1. What did I do? Well, there's an Ace in this game as well. If it's the Lucio, so you're gonna hear your name a lot, Ace. Funny enough, I think that's 7th Ace, if I'm not mistaken, or I'm completely wrong, and this is a 3rd Ace. You can do it during the bark box. Just wanted to wish him happy birthday. Make sure he gets a. Oh, thank you so much, Harkin. I like the changing meta. I do too. I just wish Blizzard didn't take months to fix blatant OP heroes and talents, Pepe Hands. I mean, yeah, I see where you're coming from, that absolutely, but the other factor too is they do have to at least get decent data on it to say like, oh wow, Mr. Monkey Man reading exactly where Tracer's going to come back. There is a little bit of a ground indicator, and they were watching for that. They got the penetrating round and found that first blood. Technically, I believe that's like 1.5 blood for them because they did get the Misha Bear kill, but overall my point is, like, I see where you're coming from. It does take a long time for them to change things that are very, very difficult to deal with, but I think there's also that kind of that era of we don't want to change things too quick in case it's just a small outlier where, like, yeah, some people have figured it out and they're holding the majority of the win rate, whereas, you know, it's not being won in the lower divisions. It's maybe like Grandmaster. It's like every single game you seeing on like someone's stream, like fan streamers, like, oh my god, Tracer wins every game. Why is that? So I see where you're coming from, but yeah, there's also I think there's a lot of data that needs to be gathered and information that they need to have before they make those massive changes, and I'm sure they're still fiddling with a lot of them to be like, oh, well, like, this is what everyone wants, but does this make the hero completely just trash? Like, does this dumpster a hero to the point where it's like all of our rework we did just makes them non-playable or not interesting to play? Sorry, we're on a tangent here. Let's get back into game. Towers of Doom, we are on our first altar phase here. Going to be a 1-1. Typically we see the solo laners grab the left and the right, and the brawl happens over this bottom lane engagement. Tassadar with the force wall. We'll be able to see Sir Noble with that, just going to throw out a little damage onto them. Lucio has the wall ride, going to be able to just to kind of speed people up. I think they amped it up a little bit right there just to make sure that Sir Noble's back to full health as they are anchoring right now. Sir Noble Trying to actually look at Mr. Monkey Man. No one's able to get in here. Power slide from ETC will come through. The Rexar grabs this in time. I was wondering if Maltheo was actually mounting up to get into that engagement, but either way, that will be 6.5 to 6 in levels, 1 to 0 in kills, and we got 36 to 32 in core health. But then you wouldn't have anything to complain about. Why? I mean, that's true. What would we write in the forums? Good job, developers? We can't do that. I don't want to distract you from the cast. No, you're absolutely fine. This is what we do in the stream. We chat, we cast, we have a good time. Do not apologize whatsoever. It's a conversation. I don't know, like, some people might not like the fact that I do that. That's okay. But that's what we're here. We're here to have a good time, talk about Here's the Storm, and in some of those lull moments we can, in some of those slower moments we can talk about different things that are going on and what, you know, opinions based on the game and stuff. Absolutely, it's welcomed here. Good evening, everyone. Too late for me to stay long. Wanted to wish Bandit the best. Oh my god. And Pickle, you're the best. And the Bandit pet's coming through as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, friend. You have a wonderful night, and thanks for swinging through. Let's go Reddit Lucio? What is that? What is that? Hector, what do you mean by Reddit Lucio? Explain yourself. Also, how you doing, bud? 8 to 7 in our levels. Camp on the left-hand side was grabbed. Invade coming out on the side of Uncomfortably Numb. Famous not able to step up to the point, and they won't be able to get the steal. Rexar coming in here. Sir Noble gonna get hit with another penetrating round, but Tassadar still finds the kill onto them. That static shock, that shockray value coming in, really working out for them. Famous does have Misha Bear slowed, and they might be able to get some free experience from that Misha, and that's gonna push them up a little bit further. Speaking of experience, let's go ahead and cycle through those other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as we haven't had a chance to look at the damage experience and healing thus yet in game number 1 on Towers of Doom. Rhaegar gonna split off and grab the channel on the bottom left of the screen. This is going to be still the same, or the rest of the team anchoring. This is really good positioning coming out from Uncomfortably Numb. They're kind of showcasing, all right, you know, we don't all have to be clumped up around this. We can spread out. We can be a little further away from the person capping, because things like Li Ming or even ETC Power Slide with the face melt do have a lot of kind of AoE push, and they don't want to let them get too close where they're able to, one, use that face melt from ETC, or Li Ming gets in range where she can poke with magic missiles or the arcane orbs. Just looking back into top lane, or excuse me, mid lane, just wanted to watch the rotations. Also, I saw them coming up here. I think they might find another kill into Misha. I was about to say, as long as they land the Howling Blast, and even though like it's not a full hero or anything like that, it's still significant experience, and you're also weakening that Rexar within the lane. Famous. Oh, do I have the vision set up for this? I don't, unfortunately. I hit V and I was hoping. Pulse Bomb, everything thrown. Bloodlust comes out from the Rhaegar. That's going to get them actually a little bit of healing based on their auto attacks, and Rhaegar, I think, got a little healing in there as well. Tracer went down to the Rainer in the back over here, as they're gonna chase on a Sir Noble. Ace ends up going down as well, and that's gonna be a double kill in favor for the members of Uncomfortably Numb. They're sitting fairly comfortable in their experience lead with about a 2-level lead in that department. Last right stack sitting at 1 for that, I was gonna say Imperious, for that Malthael. We do have the Hunter-Gatherer from the Rexar, and that's going to be at 11 out of the 25. Power slide from ETC, pushing some people around, but no 10 talent tiers still, so no mosh pit to come out and try and set up Li Ming for maybe that YouTube play. Wave of Force, though, will be grabbed by that Li Ming for a little displacement. ETC holding, but I can only expect that it'll be mosh pit, especially with a sound barrier on top of that. They themselves will be sitting at 13 out of the 20 stacks on the proc rock from level 1. Lucio still looking for that massive knockback. I believe you have to hit 4 people with that. 3 people. So it's not like Subdue, but still. It's difficult. I mean, this map I can kind of expect them to try and to be able to do that. ETC zoning really well. Same kind of premise as what I was just explaining a minute ago from the side of Uncomfortably Numb. ETC and friends stepping out, kind of making this arc barrier, or this barrier in general, was allowing them to even not throw any sort of damage in. Misha was harassing, I believe, over this. I wasn't watching the mini map, and it looks like they stalled that out, and now it's going to be a full 5v5. Even talent tiers, 10s are up on both. Stage dive from the ETC was grabbed, so no mosh pit threat coming out from them. That's going to be a break it down from the Lucio. Army of the Undead gonna be, the Army of the Dead pop. That's a Bloodlust from the Rhaegar as well. They chase on a Sir Noble. There's a Black Hole from Tassadar. They're looking to get onto Big Egg Roll, who's gonna blink away. That is a Rhaegar Bloodlust going for the butt bite, finds the stab. Misha trying to chase in here. That will be Malthael going down. No last right stack for them. Actually, they did get a last right stack somewhere in there, as they're at 2 out of 10. The channel will not come through just yet. Tracer was harassing a little bit longer. Rhaegar grabbing the camp on the right-hand side, and Monkey Man, Mr. Monkey Man, gotta get that title correct, will be able to get that channel, almost putting enough pepper onto Ace to cook him. Oh my god, Kalis with the bandit treat as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you want me to hold that until we do the BarkBox birthday time, or do you want it after a game? Reddit Lucio, when you play Lucio like you're trying to get a clip where the okay, the right way to play Lucio. I see. Yeah, what's more baffling is the bugs that they don't fix. I wonder, so I wonder about that often. They're gonna lose their Tassadar in this bottom lane as they're just gonna try and get some damage out right there. But the one thing that I wonder about is if they know, I'm sure they know about the bug. They have to know. There's logs, there's things you could submit. They have to have a running log of all this information. I wonder if it's one of those things that if they go to fix the bug, it breaks something else in the game that's way more critical. So they're just like, okay, this bug, we can't change it because it's gonna massively break something else to the point where, like, I don't know, like maybe they have to, then they have to kind of like trace this bug through multiple different iterations and multiple areas throughout the game, and maybe it's one of those things. Maybe it absolutely is. Maybe they can't get to it. Maybe they don't know how to do it. I don't know. Like, that's one of the most, because I didn't go to school for this. I went to school to draw straight lines and design buildings. So that's always a question that I have, is just like, what's it like on their end? What are they seeing, and what slows them down in those departments? But that will be Hyperion coming out. Misha gonna be going down. The Tracer was picked off as I was rambling right there. Sir Noble trying to use the face melt to get away. Power slide the Force Wall, almost locking them in. Li Ming throws an Arcane Orb backwards. That's going to be a double altar phase in the top portion of this map. They've held over bottom lane, which you've always heard me and as well Paradox talking about, especially last night on CCL. Bottom lane pressure on Towers of Doom is one of the most important factors. One, there's double Sapper Camp that you can feed through there, and it's about a 2-minute 30-second death or timer on that camp from when you grab it to when it respawns, and you can also get 5 shots in your favor. It makes bottom lane captures more difficult for the enemy team who doesn't have their bell tower. But right now, we'll just see them take 3 on the left-hand side and put out 5 themselves. So far, Uncomfortably Numb, looking very, very comfortable for a team that's very uncomfortable. What bug is Baja talking about? I'm just saying bugs in general. Like let's just say, because War mentioned something about a bug or something, or someone mentioned something about a bug in chat, as they literally go for the exact same play into this. Stage dive from the ETC will be a little bit different. Misha came in with that flank. That's a Bloodlust from the Rhaegar. They find the Misha kill. Famous taking a lot of damage, but Sir Noble's going to be the losing side of this engagement. Oh, can they get out of here is the big question. Face Melt will keep them alive for now, as so many members of Durotan's Couch get out of here with a sliver of health, somewhere in the 250 to like 500 range. Whew, that was a close one for them, though. At this point, it's probably a lack of human resources. That's a possibility. It's a possibility that's that, or if it's a possibility that, like, they literally just, like, when they fix a bug, it just creates a new bug, and leaving in the previous one isn't as bad as maybe the one that's created because of what they fixed. I know we're kind of rambling on that topic, but it is an interesting thing for me, because, like, as I said, I've never developed a game. I don't even know what it looks like when they develop a game. I see character models and stuff. Woo. Is the CCL games on YouTube? I can't find them. They should be on the CCL YouTube page. I think they got posted today. I swear to God, I got tagged on Twitter for it. Li Ming will be going down. Sappers do go over the wall. It's going to be 29 to 16 in core health. Sir Noble going to be coming down into bottom lane, trying to get the single cap down here. If they lose all of these, they'll still have 1 core health, but boss is still up and available, and there are Sapper camps they can feed into bottom lane. Mr. Monkey Man, I don't think was showing when ETC was down here. So that's going to be 1 interrupt from them. Lucio has the right-hand side. Tassadar trying to get this left. Actually, they leave bottom. And, oh, this was a really strong strategy. This is so 200 IQ. So they feign that they're going to try and go for bottom lane, stage dive out of that, and then they get the top left and right. So they'll only be taking... I mean, granted, they took the first round of Sappers. They're going to take the second round of Sappers, plus the 5... Maybe they won't. Maybe Li Ming will be able to clear this out with the Wave of Force and such. But... They're going to potentially take 8 core shots. It's still less, obviously, caster math. They would have been at 1 if they lost all 3 of those. Fishy trying to blink away. There's the recall. Nice Howling Blast from Famous, reading exactly where the recall's coming through. Face Melt from the ETC won't be enough to save that Tracer. Slowing Totem with the Earth Grasp as well. That's why you saw Sir Noble basically not move at all. It's like a 90-second slow for 1 second. Yeah, that is the biggest slow in this game, if I'm not mistaken. Everything, I think the max for anything else was like 80, like Subdue. Penetrating round. They find another Misha Bear kill. Next altar phase will be single. You found him? Oh, wonderful. I'm glad. I'm a programmer, non-video game. I had that happen just today. Small bug fix that affected a few people and created a large bug that affected everyone. Yay for me. Exactly, Neo. Like, as I said, like, I've never developed or programmed in my life, but like that's the assumption that I'm under. And that's the only like logical conclusion that I've come to in my own brain outside of like human resources or that, I guess you could say. I like this Arthas main tank. He's laying a lot of good roots all game, even on Tracer. I agree, absolutely. Like, I was a little weary of this at the start. Famous gonna get pushed around into the Death Zone. Cleanse comes out from the Rhaegar as well. Lucio trying to step up. There's the Earthgrass Totem to slow them down. They find another Howling Blast onto them. Malthael coming in here to try and help out as well. They do have 3 stacks on the last rights, but they decide, you know what? Let's go for the Sapper Camp, put some more pressure into this lane. The other factor, too, is if they push in the Sapper Camp and they get the Altar Phase that's going to be coming up in the next 4 seconds, this will be a GG's in favor for Uncomfortably Numb as they're going to pop the Bloodlust. Malthael goes for the channel on the left-hand side. Black Hole comes out from the Tassadar. Ace is very low right now, gets the push off from the wall to save themselves. Ooh, but Li Ming, Raynor is going to find a Li Ming, Misha, and Lucio and ETC kill. Do they actually find Captain Wedge as well? Force Wall's there, they step up, and that's going to be a pentakill. Do they actually get the sextuple? Is that the next one? They still got the Sappers through, and that's going to be game number 1 on the side of Uncomfortably Numb. They run it down and control that game. GG. Well played. You ever get that feeling of deja vu? All the time. I know you're quoting, but like legitimately all the time. I don't know why, but like I'll be walking down the hallway and I'm like, that's, yeah, I don't know. I've had deja vu while casting. I've had deja vu while like mid conversation with my parents. Like I'm like, wait, I remember this. Like I remember like this entire scenery. And then I turn, I'm like, oh my god, there's like a beer commercial on, which I remember, like, yeah, I know, it was weird. Maybe it's previous save data. Maybe it's just me making loose connections. Who knows? Left side always wins. You think so, Crafty Trent? Oh, I quoted it when they engaged on the tower the second time. Yeah, they literally did. They went for the same flank play twice. They had Rexxar flank in while they were holding bottom lane, release the boars, and then they tried to step up, but it never worked out. Sorry, someone was making a playing Genji in 2020 lol and then realized that the conversation that was taking place took place in 2019 and they were like, oh no, it's 2019, and then so I said 20. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? What else is there? What do you mean? Oh, what's the most kill you could get outside of like Vikings, Misha, Rexxar? Oh, are you saying like the most amount of like what's the name for it? Like kill counters? Are you asking for that? Because I would say it'd be like Vikings, Rexxar, Diva, because Diva technically counts as 2. The mech counts as 1, and she counts as 1. So that's 3 heroes. Ooh, I'm trying to think of like every hero off the top of my head that actually gives you an extra little like kill counter for something else that you kill of theirs. I think that'd be it. Like you could just grab Diablo, he can res and come back. That is true. So Diablo would be the 4th. So we got 4 right there. What's gonna be our 5th? Murky? I guess you could count Murky. Yeah, Murky's death timer could be short enough. So that'd be your 5. It'd be the Lost Vikings, Diva, Rexxar, Diablo, and Murky. I think, yeah, that'd be the most optimal way to get a long kill counter. Okay, so it looks like we are going to be having Team 2 going for this. So this will be map choice by them. Okay. Are you casting more 5v5s? Yeah, absolutely, Valyra wins. Redemption Uther? Oh, that's a good point, Capeach. I would swap out Murky for Redemption Uther, 100%. Just because Murky's death timer technically would be longer than anyone's. Valera wins, thank you for the follow. You know what's funny is you wrote Redemption Zither and my brain just read Uther. I don't know why. Like it's just like either way. Caster ready, Spooky Worm. All right, I think that's all good. I think we're all set. Team score is good. Yay. By the way, for anyone wondering, we're doing BarkBox and Bandit birthday stuff after this best of 3. So it could be after this game. It could be after 2 more. We'll have to see once everyone readies up and we get into game number 2. Junkrat ult is another way to come back. That is true. Rocket Ride is an option. Malthael can cheat death as well. Karazim can also respawn. Kel'Thuzad can respawn with globes. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for bringing some good 5. Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for coming by. But Junk is not a kill. Oh, that's a good factor. All right, let's get into game, everybody. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series Division B East. We have Uncomfortably Numb up 1 game in our first best of 3 of the evening with Tomb of the Spider Queen as map number 2. But I'm sure you're sitting at home wondering how we got to Tomb of the Spider Queen. The home team this evening was Uncomfortably Numb, losing the coin flip. They're going to ban out Sky Temple and Brax's Holdout. The winning team, Durotan's Couch, opted for first pick for game number 1. They banned out Alterac Pass and Battlefield of Eternity. Towers of Doom was the first map chosen by the members of Uncomfortably Numb and won by them. The losing team can either choose first pick or map pick. Durotan's Couch opted for first pick for game 2. Tomb was the map choice of Uncomfortably Numb. As we get back into the draft, Hans Azul to be banned out, pretty much what we saw in game number 1. Do we have any sort of changes? Actually, they're going to respect the Tassadar this time, which I don't blame them whatsoever. That Tassadar, whew, I didn't look at the damage at the end, but still, the force walls were really good. The overall just AoE damage on the ground and even the shock ray value was constantly chunking into people. Ban-wise, though, I think it was Joanna here in the previous game. I wonder if they consider that once again. I mean, it's Tomb of the Spider Queen. She's really strong here. The opponent has first pick. You might as well just get rid of it and force them onto something else. Yeah, and that's exactly the route that I'd be going if I was sitting on the side of Uncomfortably Numb. Durotan's Couch, first pick material. ETC is not bad on this map. Diablo's actually got a lot of value here, especially with all the walls and the corridors. You can kind of fight within and get a lot of value for them. Mal'Ganis is up and available if they want to go into that route. But those are the 3 heroes that I'd be itching to get onto if I was on the side of Durotan's Couch. I'd be looking at a Diablo, Garrosh, or a Muradin to start things out. It's gonna be ETC though. I don't hate the ETC whatsoever. Disruption's really good. The peel is really strong from them as well. I just think the aggression. I feel like Durotan's Couch could be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe that's just what I want from them, is just to be aggressive with the Mal'Ganis and Garrosh. There we go. Words this evening. ETC does have that aggression. It's just, I don't know. He doesn't it doesn't feel as terrifying when a giant cow walks towards you rather than a warlord. On the left-hand side, though, they're going to go ahead and grab themselves an Arthas, and they'll grab the Tracer this time. So, a little bit of we're going to show you how to play Tracer here. As a fish gets the capital D, colon, so just the very sad face from a fishy, as I think they were looking for the potential Tracer on this Tomb of the Spider Queen map. I discovered you from Girls Gang Squad, so IDK, what this is, mind explaining what the Nexus Gaming Series is? Yeah, the Nexus Gaming Series is an amateur league run by volunteers. Like, it's a grassroots esports organization, if you will. There's no major prize pool on the line. A lot of it is just bragging rights. This is season number 9. I've been casting for just about 3 years, and I think when I started casting NGS, it was like season 3, I think. So they've been going for about 3, I'd say probably plus 3 years at this point, maybe nearing 4 on the side of NGS. So it's a really good organization. This is they did most of the North America stuff because this all started back when HCC was still around. So this was North America, and this was what replaced Chair League over time, and then Heroes Lounge. Once HCC was like, all right, HCC was gone, Heroes Lounge was like, we're going to do a North America split as well. So what happens here, and what I really love, is that they communicate with each other, and they said, we're going to do a season, and then we're going to start our season when yours is just ending. So like right when Nexus Gaming Series goes into playoffs, Heroes Lounge just starts kicking back up with North America. So that's what it is. It's grassroots organized esports. There are a ton of teams. If you'd like to know more information about it, you can use !NGS in chat, and it'll give you a link to their website. You can find more information there about upcoming matches, casters, teams, all that information. So I hope you check it out, and I hope you have a fun time checking out this grassroots organization. So Arthas, Tracer, Sonya, Jaina on the left-hand side. They ban out the Gul'dan. Good wave clear because they don't really have much on the right. They ban out the Rhaegars. They respect the Bloodlust from game number 1. Ana still could be grabbed on the left-hand side if they have an Ana player. I actually really love the Ana with a Jaina. On the right-hand side, they're still going to need a healer themselves. A Stukov actually would pair very well, but they're going to grab the Ana. Might be a Denial and an Orphea. I was just about to say, Ana with Eye of Horus is strong, but it's not the bread and butter or the typical go-to. So what they're going to do is they're going to grab the Ana for themselves, but they're going to grab an Orphea as well. That's going to give them some wave clear. We might actually see them go into the Chomp build because Orphea did have some changes, and she does have the uncapped quest, which actually, this, like, when it came through, I was like, I'm gonna play more Orphea, and then I didn't. So it's actually funny enough. I said the healers backwards. Ana ends up going to the right hand side. They still grab the Stukov on the left, which Stukov is great. You have Arthas with a Howling Blast. Jaina can actually grab a root at level 16 if she goes into the it's not Northern Exposure. It's Numbing Blast, I believe it is, or maybe I have it backwards. I always flip those two because the icons are like blue and teal, or like light blue. So either way, there is a root at level 16 for that Jaina, so you can kind of have a lurking arm underneath all of that. Sonya could go leap. We'll have to see what that's going to be. But either way, my rant about Orphea was that I saw that she had the uncapped Chomp quest, and I was like, oh, it's kind of like Asmodan, so maybe I'll play more Orphea. Haven't played more Orphea. Really need to practice it, but busy with too many things. Uncomfortably numb with an extremely aggro comp. I see that. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. I left HOTS for a while after HCC died, but I'm happy with this game. I'm happy this game's still alive. I'm very glad as well. I remember when that email came out, I was just like, I hope whoever canceled HCC steps on a Lego, and then I was like, I'm not going anywhere, by the way. So, and I'm still here. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Uncomfortably Numb. We've got Mr. Monkey Man going to be on the Tracer. Famous is going to be on that Arthas. Kiknaz is going to be on the Jaina. Patch is on the Stukov, and Pilot of Earth on the Sonya. A couple of role swaps right there. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Durotan's Couch. We got Sir Noble on the ETC. Ace going to be on the Ana. Captain Wedge clapping on the Leoric, Big Egg Roll on the Rainer, and a Fish on the Orphea. So kind of same thing, a little bit of a role swap there in a sense. We did have Big Egg Roll on the Li Ming in the last game, and a Fish was on the Tracer. So, you know, auto attack versus Mage, they literally swapped in that. And I believe Patches was... Ooh, I'm drawing a blank. Patches basically didn't play the healer, and Kiknaz played the... Patches actually might have played the Tassadar in that game, and Kiknaz was on that Rhaegar. Either way, Captain Wedge taking a lot of damage. Jaina dumping a bunch of snow on their head. We will be able to see them break off into what I would assume standard rotations here. I expect it just to be a 4-1, where the Leoric and the Sonya will go up against each other in bottom lane. That'll be exactly the case. Sonya going to go into tough as nails at level 1, so no self-sustain with the war paint, but she will have that physical armor to kind of deal with some of Leoric's auto attacks, and that might help them have a little bit more sustain. But the thing is to remember here, Leoric has that drain hopes that's going to be dealing percent-based drain onto a player that they do hit with that skill shot. So it's just something to consider in these moments, as well as that Sonya does have, you know, that block for physical attacks, but the percent-based drain, oh, that's a really strong power slide from Sir Noble, and they're going to find first blood on the side of Durotan's Couch. Face melt to force them away, lurking arm to slow them down. And meanwhile in bottom lane, I was talking about Pilot of Earth maybe struggling down here, but they're doing absolutely fine. The Tough as Nails as well will allow them to tank a little extra tower shots from this front gate, since they'll have that perma 60 in a sense. Just in case you're wondering. Oops, here, let's get into mid lane, show this. Every 16 seconds gain 60 physical armor against the next enemy hero basic attack, reducing the damage taken by 60%. So wait, hold on. I saw them taking, they had -5 armor, so they had 55. So is it counting the towers as well? Or am I misunderstanding the tooltip? Let me know what you think in chat. I don't think Durotan had a couch. Orphea's good right now, but very difficult to outperform easier DPS. Yeah, I think that's the one kind of hurdle that I really need to get over, is the fact that she is more difficult than most, if any, assassins I do play. But I'll be honest, I really enjoy her playstyle. It's just something that I should practice more. I just don't, because I spend too much time doing too many other side projects. But Howling Blast connecting onto a few. There's a Lurking Arm as well. Fishy gonna get the chomp onto them as well. Currently gonna be going into trait build. Patch is taking a lot of damage, will be going down. They're gonna find a second kill right there. Power Slide Famous will be the third kill as well, dropping a few gems, but they will be able to blink forward and grab those, making sure they're not losing out too much on that. We are gonna be about one wave and then a little bit away from a turn in here. I think they actually need one gem from mid lane. You can already see Big Eggroll waiting for that. Bottom lane, Captain Wedge is going to be pushing in. Is Pilot of Earth going to get some help from Mr. Monkey Man for a potential pick onto them? They're waiting, and I think they're trying to bait Captain Wedge up, but they should know better. They're going to actually back off to their own wave. Meanwhile, I'm watching nothing happen in bottom. Orphea finds a kill onto Jaina in the top lane, and Famous misses a couple of the gems. They're going to bleed out a little bit in that factor. Turning coming through from the ETC. Will it be in time? They do not get the Howling Blast in time right there. Did go into Rhyme at level 1, so no stacks for that level 1 Howling Blast questing talent. Just going to be able to have the physical armor every 5 seconds. Ghost Bear, how you doing, bud? Alright, so Red Web Weavers will be coming out for the side of Durotan's Couch. Their push potential is going to be pretty big for them. They also do have 7 talent here on top of all of this. I was watching Minimap and I was like, oh, is Sonya going to die when I try and drink some water? She won. I saw her health bar going down fairly quickly. The mid lane Web Weaver will be cleared out almost instantly. They're going to rotate into top lane. They still don't have 7 talent here. They need to play this a little safe on the side of Uncomfortably Numb. Famous actually split from the friendly team. Patches tries to come in with the pustule for them. They sidestep the penetrating round, but Big Eggroll finds the sustained damage as necessary, and they'll throw a weighted pustule backwards. Actually, Patches lives right there. I was not thinking they'd be able to make it out alive. I was giggling to myself, but they managed to back off. Orphea steps forward with a chomp. Did go into the Ravenous Hunger at level 7, so they'll have that uncapped quest, as I was talking a little bit as we got into this game. We'll see how they're able to stack that out, and we'll keep you up to date on how much damage that is increasing that chomp by. But the Web Weaver phase ends. They get some decent sieging with those, mostly in the top lane, but if you're going to be sieging in any lane, on towers, on Tomb of the Spider Queen, top lane is your mega priority because of the fact that you have boss up there. I've seen a lot of teams end game with Boss Web Weaver through top lane. Bottom lane is actually an option as well due to the fact that you have Siege Giants, which that range from them is pretty powerful. Mid is a little less often. It's typically when they've run it down so consistently that they're just not able to do anything, and they grab the camp on the right-hand side and then come through. But I'd say the priority would be like top, bottom, and mid when it comes to final push potentials. Turn availability will be here for the side of Uncomfortably Numb. Pilot of Earth to grab the camp in bottom lane. Mr. Monkey Man. Seeing Rainer's like, I'm out of here. I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty good. I don't have to work tomorrow. I turned in a project. I'm on another 3-day weekend, and I'm very, very excited. I bought a bunch of beer, and it's my puppy's birthday. I can't really complain. I honestly can't complain. 10 talent tiers around the corner for the members of Uncomfortably Numb. That 6 kill advantage is really going to push them up in that experience department. On that note, exactly, let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as Orphea is just going to get free siege into top lane. Like, legitimately just free siege into top lane. This is a free for it for that Orphea. And they're like, well, maybe we'll make something happen in bottom lane. Big Eggroll is gonna go down. Ace gets hit with the Pulse Bomb. I feel like I heard a hero slain twice for some reason. Or maybe I just heard the Spider Queen talking and I just assumed the first one. But this will be turn-in potential for the side. Actually, both teams have turn-in here, and Sir Noble's going to try and make it happen. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're not going to be going for this turn-in on the side of Uncomfortably Numb. I know the waves are a little pushed back on them, but it's not that much, and they should have Web Weavers just as they descend. Unfortunately, because they waited a little too long, that will be red coming out, and they'll get their second Web Weaver phase of the game on the side of Durotan's Couch. This is some good momentum they've built on the side of Durotan's Couch. They're looking for that game number 3. And it's possible. The momentum they've built, the kills they've gotten, the level lead that they've secured as well. ETC will be going stage dive once again. No mosh pit setup from them. Tracer actually going to be going to pulse rounds at level 10. So increased charge rate. So they're going to be having more of those power slide from the ETC. That's going to be a kill onto Arthas. A Ring of Frost comes out. They're going to be shredding through one, but they have to back off. Unfortunately, they're also running within the Hyperion. They do get the pustule from the Stukov. They also managed to get a massive shove. Stage dive onto Monkey Man, who blinks away, but the slow is going to be there. They throw the pulse bomb backwards. 10 gems sitting on Mr. Monkey Man, penetrating around through the bush, and they find the kill onto Tracer, staggering out of death just as Arthas comes back up. Captain Wedge is going to be able to Wraith walk right out of there. The mid lane fork goes down. Top lane does have a Web Weaver crashing on into the keep front gate, and bottom lane will be cleared out by Sonya, but ETC and friends want to make this a free fort for bottom lane, as well as a periodic catapult pressure advantage in said lane. That's actually all 3 forts going down on the side of Uncomfortably Numb. Completely different game from game 1 to this game. Different play styles, different drafts. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Lawless, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated, my friend. Tracer blinks in and immediately blinks out. They're like, okay, nope, Leorc's right there. Pilot of Earth is kind of in a flank position as well, but they don't try and engage into that. Massive shove came out from Stukov. I think they're trying to maybe shove them into Sonya to find a single target pick. I'm not 100% sure on it, but they do have turn-in potential still on the side of Uncomfortably Numb. ETC will finish out the proc rock from level 1, giving some friendly healing out as well. Not a ton, but still. Healing is healing. 13's up. In favor for the side of Durotan's couch. Not too far off. I think they should be able to find 12. Excuse me. They should be able to find level 13. I was looking at minimap and I was I don't know. My brain just deciding to say different things. They will be able to see that this camp is up right now. This is something I like to point out. During most of the objective phase in Heroes of the Storm, if a camp shows like this, while your Web Weavers or the objective is happening, someone's on that camp, and they're actually holding this. I'm really surprised by that. So I think they're just trying to hold it just so that it comes in. There's the Eternal Feast with the Entomb. They find the double kill. Ring of Frost will connect onto quite a few. Stukov just literally rockets across our screen. Face melt from ETC, I think, actually saved Famous from taking a lot of damage from Orphea. Orphea at 13 stacks on that Ravenous Hunger. What's that damage going to be looking like for them right now? 26 bonus damage on the Chomp. Not a whole lot. I believe most people go into Mind Devour at level 7, to be able to get the stacking on the Dread, and then they can also get the mana return, and I think there's a cooldown reduction when you finish those 40 stacks out. Sonya will be pushing into bottom lane. She doesn't have Wrath up, which is a little surprising that she's not sieging with it, just because she's autoing and she's just going to get cooldown reduction on it regardless, but back-to-back turn-in potential will be here for the side, right? Back-to-back? Hold on, let's do some caster math. Yeah, they have back-to-back turn-in. They need 55, and I believe they have 56. Massive shove from Stukov is going to just push the ETC way out of this engagement. They have actually 57, excuse me. They might have picked up a gem when I was last doing the math, but the enemy team is approaching that 16 talents here, so they either need to make a fight happen, get into their Web Weaver phase. I'd say those are definitely the 2 directions they can head in, as Captain Wedge is going to get slowed. Famous looking for a Howling Blast, but I think their presence was enough to trigger the Wraith Walk from that Leorc. Pilot of Earth will get their 41 gems turned in, and they only need another, what, 16 gems? No, 14 gems. Yes. We went backwards with that math, I think. Excuse me. Wedge is going to get shoved right there. Going to use the Wraith Walk to get in here. That's going to be an Entomb as well. Is there an Eternal Feast? There's a Lurking Arm. The Eternal Feast does come out. Ring of Frost connects onto 2, I believe. Orphea is the first one to go down. Hyperion's coming out onto a few. Patch is very low. Spreads that pustule. Is not able to get the biotic kill, or they might have gotten the biotic kill switch and keeping them alive right there. Leorc is going to take quite a bit of damage. Jaina finishes out the Frostbite from level 1. Patch just steps a little too far forward, trying to get that YouTube play. Massive shove. Captain Wedge makes it out with a sliver of health. ETC with a face melt. They're tanking tower shots, but they want to get this kill onto ETC, and they will find it. Sleep Dart on Pilot of Earth, going to try and spin to win. They end up going down, but the turn-in will come out from Famous. Actually, Mr. Monkey Man's got everything they need, and they'll be able to get that turn-in. Another Web Weaver phase in favor for Uncomfortably Numb. They did get 3 kills, but they lost to themselves right before this. It's really well played by Durotans, yeah. I feel like every caster hates Tomb because of math. Kinda. My only complaint is that the early game is a little bit slow. Like, it's just usually rotations. There's not a whole lot of action. It's pretty standardized. Like, I know like a lot of maps are standardized. Like Infernal Shrines, do, you know, mid to bottom to mid again, and then typically by then you can grab the first camp and then you push that into waves and you go back into rotations. But I don't know. Like, I always feel like Infernal Shrines on that same setup as you kind of have the same setup here, where it's like do top to mid rotations, grab your gems, cycle out one person to go get siege giants and bottom lane at 1 minute. It feels very static here, whereas Infernal Shrines, like, there's more like poking, there's invades on camps. I don't know, like, it's just Infernal Shrines, even though like it's probably one of my most casted maps just because so many teams play it, that map does not get old for me. I don't know why. But caster math is a little bit of a nuisance on this map. I won't lie to any of you. I will not lie about that whatsoever. Eternal Feast comes out, gets 2 procs. They're going to be going for the top lane for it. Wrath of Berserker, I do believe I heard that popped by the Sonya, so they could look to push in further. You can actually see that kind of bluish glow around her swords. That does mean that she has that popped in, and it's still up and available for them. There's also that little purple bar underneath them that we can see. But they're going to push in, they're going to get 1 fort, and they'll back off. The big question I have now is, are they going to make a play for this boss? Like, we know that they're going for this, but is this a full call for the boss? And I just want to show this vision. Wait, did they? Oh, okay. Okay, so they got the turn in here with Leoric, but I was just like, wait a minute, like, why is it showing blue? It's because we were on their vision and it shows blue. It's because that's going to be the stage dive from the ETC. We currently have a Ring of Frost out as well. That boss did go over the side of Uncomfortably Numb. Eternal Feast will come out from Orphea. Going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 procs from that one as Captain Wedge goes down. Raynor going down as well. Wrath of Berserker pop by the Sonya, but she gets picked off. A Fishy very low, going to try and get a chomp. There was an ice block from the Jaina. Tracer finds a kill onto Ana, who was a little split from the team, I do believe, and that's going to be a quad kill for a Sonya, and they're going to grab the boss still. Webweavers did come out. Jaina backs off to go and clear things out, but I think they're going to just go for the keep and leave. I don't know if they could have ended off this. They got a lot of sieging to do. Jaina does have a lot of good siege, but it's still 20-some seconds. I love Tomb, but I'm a bad caster. Oh, Akhtar, shut up. It's not true. I don't know, like, Tomb is a fun map. It's just I feel like the early game is a little slow. At this point in the game, everything is just kicking off, and I have no complaints about it. It's still... Tomb is still better by miles than Warhead Junction. I'll say that. Like, I love Heroes of the Storm through and through. Like, you all know how much I love this game. That map, I can't. That's the one map where I'm just like, oh, I don't want to play here. And I feel like, I mean, everyone's gonna got like a little bit of that with some portion of this game, but like, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I hate Blackheart's Bay. I like it just, but that's more, I think, of a thematic thing for me. It's like, ooh, it's pirates and it's cannonballs. Like, ooh. Mechanic-wise, I agree. Like, a lot of people are just like, it's like Sky Temple. You can win without actually fighting the enemy team, which is a bit of a nuisance. That is an Eternal Feast with the Crushing Jaws, with the Entomb as well. This is both of Orphea's. All its power sight from the ETC will lock down Famous long enough for them to be able to get enough Eternal Feast procs, and they'll find that kill onto the Arthas. A Fish is going to get a lot of healing out as well. Captain Wedge very low. Hyperion coming through. The healing is going to be, it actually won't be enough. They do find that kill with the Lurking Arm. Hyperion chasing in, massive shove. Good thing it actually hit that sidewall. Stage dive from the ETC is going to have a slow. Patch is going to pop the Pustule on themselves. They're trying to get out of here. Power slide once again going to push them back into the enemy team. I think Patches knows they're going down, so they're going to rotate towards the friendly side. I think they just wanted to be able to get closer with those gems. Not actually zoning the gems. I mean, it's only 5 gems, but still, that's a big thing in a lot of these games to make sure that you're zoning those out. Turn and Potential once again will be here for the side of Uncomfortably Numb. This will be their third Webweaver of the game, as it goes up by 5 per Webweaver they get, so 60, meaning they have already summoned 2. I love Tomb for its impressive amount of minion gens. What? Warhead Junction over Hanamura? I disagree. But hey, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's got their own. Russ doesn't like Hanamura either. Warhead is the best map. Just all in core at 10, yeah. 41 chomps seems meh, yeah. I didn't want to like harp on it. Like, I don't want to like make them feel bad or anything like that. It's 84 for them right there. So it actually just doubles it, if I'm not mistaken, right? No, yeah, it does. It just doubles the damage. Or the bonus damage is doubled from how many stacks you have. There you go. That's the caster math at work. The one thing that like I want to test out here is like what happens if you get like consistent rotations through lanes like Asmodean typically does. Like what if you draft that Joanna and you have Orphea doing consistent rotations for Chomps and she's able to stack those up fairly early. That's a question that I do have, and I'm curious as how that would work out. Eternal Feast coming out. There's a Ring of Frost as well. The Entomb came out. No barrier to live action happening from them. Ace taking a lot of damage as ETC gets the heck out of here. Chomp will find a kill onto the Arthas. They get the Tracer as well. Ooh, Stage Dive will connect onto one. Massive shove onto ETC. Jaina does go down. Orphea, no, actually, wait, what? Captain Wedge should have died like 3 times over right there. And they lost 70-some gems. Dear Lord. I remember when I got a highlight as Abathur for the most nuke damage, I was laughing so hard. That is fairly comical. With all 5 members dead on the left-hand side for about 40 seconds, this is going to be game number 2, going over to the side of Uncomfortably Numb. We go to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. GG. Very well played. Not having Chomp CD and the Chomp shield at 13 makes this build a lot worse. Oh. Russ with the facts right now. By the way, Russ, can we talk about your Mal'Ganis last night and how I will never get to see it for CCL ever again? Because it was terrifying and disgusting. Like, the 3-member sleep with Salinity popping a force wall on the far side of that and then dropping a shock ray in there, and I believe you weren't 16, so you didn't have thermal lance, but still she was scaling that level 1. Y'all were terrifying last night. Like, GG's. Next week's matches are going to be insane because it's winners versus winners and losers versus losers, and that's going to be determine our seeding for week 4, which will go into playoffs. I'm so pumped about it. Like, CCL Season 2, in my opinion, is very, very good. Also, it blows me away about the amount of work the teams are putting in, too. Like, I'm in all of the group chats for it, and they're, like, scheduling not scrims, they're scheduling practices. I actually offered, like, I was just like, I know some teams I could maybe help you. I never get a response. Whew. All right. Let's get back to our duo. Let's get some stats updated, and let's get into game number 3. After this game number 3, we will get into a Bark Box or Bandit. We should have enough time. We have an hour before our next matchup, and typically games are about half an hour. Please give Bandit. Oh, definitely I will. I will definitely do that, Ace. Thank you for redeeming the 40,000. I'm glad the refund went through. I was a little worried that when I hit refund, because it like the options were mark as complete and reject, and I was like, oh god, like if I hit reject, do they not get their 40,000 back? Like that feels super awful. So Pet's coming out as well. We're gonna hold all of that stuff until we get into the Bark Box, which, as I said, is gonna be after this best of 3, because we have a little bit of time to kill typically between games. So do not fret, do not fear. We will get all of the big treats. I'm keeping track of it. We've got double pets so far. We've got a giant treat, which is the cookie. We've got a mega treat as well, which we're gonna just whatever's in the Bark Box, we'll give him out of there. And then we have a single treat as well from Kalis. That's what we got so far. Because the thing is, if I hold like the single treats, we can open up some of the new bags from the new Bark Box, and we can see how Bandit likes those. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We have got 2 awesome best of 3s, and we are currently in our first of those 2 with Uncomfortably Numb up 1, and so is Durotan's Couch. Yeah, you good boy. How's everyone's Thursday? He's gonna get so fat. No, that's the reason we limit some of this stuff. Also, he typically gets like 2 walks a day. So he gets like anywhere from, I think it's like 2 to 3 miles we walk a day together. The dog will get fat if the chap keeps bringing it. I mean, I feel like I've given enough like heads up to people where they've been saving their points for tonight. Because typically we don't have like we don't have both of the bandit treats come, like both of the big size bandit treats. Like I usually get like one big treat or one mega treat, and then usually all of the 5K treats go through, and we only do 3 of those, and those are like little itty bitty thingies. Let me ask the teams if no, we got time. I'm not worried about it. My Thursday is going really well. How is yours? It's going awesome. I worked 3 days this week. I decided that if my boss gets to have Friday and Monday off, I should do the same. So I took off. I actually only took off Friday because I need to have. I like to be on work for Monday just because I have to do stuff for like CCL. I have to do stuff for the Wednesday show for Heroes Heart. So having that day of work like this week was a little difficult because it was kind of everything done on Tuesday. Ironically, I was super worried because the day I did redeem it, he had thrown. Yeah, no. The other thing too, I would recommend is if you're gonna do like the mega treat or anything like that, don't do it at the end of the stream, just because of the fact that like that's going to be like. It's a mega treat. It takes him like a solid 10 to 15 to eat. So if we do it at the end of the stream, it's like, cool, thanks, bye. Like you won't be able to see it. So recommendation for the future, just do it like in the middle of the stream, or do it in points like this where we're waiting for games where I have to sit here and ramble for minutes on end. Someone ate some bad banana bread is the update that I just got. Got it. Finished planting my garden today. Oh, that's awesome. Spent the morning cuddling with the youngest daughter and team practice tonight. Nice, Harkin. That sounds like a really comfy day. That's awesome. That's a nice easy day. Yeah. He's looking around because he's just like, when? He's already gotten spoiled too. He got dinner, plus he got an egg and some bacon. Spoiled. And then he's gonna get BarkBox, and he's gonna get new toys. He's gonna get more treats. Good boy. All right, while we're waiting for the player to deal with the banana bread issues, we can talk about stream schedule. I don't really have a stream planned for tomorrow. Even though I'm off work, I might just use that time just to relax and hang out with Bandit. There is a loose plan for me to actually go down the river, which would be really, really fun. I just got to find 2 people to go with me. Because tomorrow's the last day of the heat wave for us, and then Saturday we get thunderstorms all day, which will be perfect because it's D&D, and it's like, cool, we'll have some day beers and we'll play some D&D and just relax all day. And Sunday, I don't have anything officially planned, but it's either going to be Storm League or we're going to do some variety game or something. I'm not 100% sure what I would like to do, but that's the rough game plan for stream. And then next week, Monday, I should be back streaming and casting. Tuesday, I'll be streaming and casting. Wednesday, I'll be back on the Heroes Hearth channel for week 3 of CCL. Thursdays, typically, I know actually next week, Thursday, I'm already doing a Ghillie Shark game. I just grabbed that before stream. And next Friday, as always, it's up in the air. But, since I don't have streams on Friday, you know what I should do? I should bug Totski and see if she wants to do Man Median on Sunday. That's what I should do. I don't know if she streams Sundays, but maybe I can, I don't know. She's busy with CCL. We'll see. We'll see. No, you're fine, Ace. Don't worry about it, dude. Okay. I'm wondering how a game on Haunted Mines would feel nowadays. It's weird. We actually, McIntyre and I casted one for one of the IHL weeks. I don't remember which week it was, but if you go to the Heroes Hearth CCL YouTube, there's an IHL week where I believe we forced them onto Haunted Mines. It was either that or it was the show match with Turk and Mune. I can't remember, but I know we did one and it was super weird. Like it was an odd one. I want to say it was the show match where it was a best of 7 or something. Excuse me. It was like a best of 7 and it was Mune versus Turk, and we did some special stuff with that. Either way, let's get into game number 3. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Uncomfortably Numb, and on the right, it's going to be Durotan's Couch. We will be here in game number 3 on Infernal Shrines, and I did not look before this, and I did not mark things ahead of time, so let me go ahead and properly get everything updated on my map editor, as I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go, and then I completely wasn't ready to go. But either way, we got 2 Infernal Shrines here. But before that, we did have the coin flip lost by the members of Uncomfortably Numb. They ban out Sky Temple and Braxis Holdout. Durotan's Couch, who wanted first pick priority for game number 1, they're going to ban out Alterac Pass and Battlefield of Eternity. Towers of Doom was the first map picked by Uncomfortably Numb, and they won that. Losing team can either choose first pick or map pick. Durotan's Couch will go ahead and choose first pick for game 2. Tomb was picked by Uncomfortably Numb, and they lost that. Same premise, Uncomfortably Numb won in first pick, so Durotan's Couch decided to take us to Infernal Shrines for game number 3. On the left-hand side, we are going to be seeing Azul and ETC ban, and on the right it will be a Tassadar and what else? Joanna? Yeah, why not? Solon, how you doing, bud? Weird good or weird bad? I don't remember. Did you see that the Valorant's going to be launched on June 2nd? Are you looking forward to it? Yeah, actually, I'm kind of excited for that. I don't know what I said 20 seconds ago. I'm sorry. Someone asked me a question. UN's got this, no problem. Durotan's Couch, hands up. Best team name. I agree. For Much Dog. How you doing, friend? People hands. All right. Let's dive into this draft here and let's see what we've got. So Raynor first pick on the left-hand side. Bloodlust Rhaegar is something that can be grabbed. I'm sorry, I'm waiting to see what they go for here, because I don't know. Like, I really don't know what they're going to prioritize. They're going to go for a Greymane and a Leoric, which off the bat's not bad. Captain Wedge had a lot of good entombs in that last game. The wave clear that they can bring to the table is really strong. Damage reduction if they go into the Ominous Wraith at level 13 is perfect for them. An entomb setup, like they could still go like Li Ming or something on that right-hand side. Kael'thas and Mal'Ganis to be grabbed for the left side, though. Okay. I like that they have their little face shields together. Oh, Haunted Mines? It was fun. It was really, really fun. It was weird in a caster perspective, and it was weird just to see how teams would play the map where they don't have any practice on it. Like, typically teams are like, oh, we know Infernal Shrine's timings. We know where to be at specific times on the map. Haunted Mines was running around, grabbing camps, doing whatever. Wedge loves to feed. That's why Leoric. Of course. Because you can't technically, you're not a bad player on Leoric if you die because you're just getting trait value, right? That's exactly it. Ana can still be grabbed by either side. I actually love Ana for either team. If they grab like Li Ming isn't typically the priority here because of the fact that the Skeletal Defenders get in the way of her being able to kind of launch damage from the side or from the outside of these shrines. Orpheus will be grabbed once again. If it's not broke, don't change it. Okay, Decker coming through I like. They still need a solo lane into Leoric.
Wait till they get a load of me.
If you don't use Janitor Leo, you should just play a different hero. But what if I didn't have the chance to get it? I think I do have it actually, but now I'm actually a little worried. I'm like, did I get Janitor Leoric? I think you can still unlock it. I think it's permanently unlocked, or not permanently unlocked, but it's available year round. I don't think it's like seasonal or anything like that. Like the Greymane, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde one, which is like one of the best Greymane skins, and I don't think it's in like current rotation. Like you had to get it on Halloween, and I don't think they've brought it back since. A lot of people are saying they want Murky. Get ready for Bat/Invisible Horse Kerrigan. Oh, please no, because then we have to remake. All shall Swiffer. Ekdar is right. Exactly. Oh, I don't disagree with you, Seventh, whatsoever. He's just... What you doing there, bud? How's your analytics going? You breaking down the games for us? And before patches explodes everybody, but Viking Leo is handsome. Fun fact: Viking Leo only exists because in the Chinese scene, you can't have like bones and stuff like that. Like Stitches actually has a skin that has a cover over his belly, and that's the only skin that they allow in China. Here's the Storm back in the day. So I believe Leoric, the manly Leoric, was actually because they had to have a physical skin on them. They couldn't have like a Bone King running around in a video game because of the way that they have their games. I might not be 100% on that, but I know at least the Stitches, that's 100% for the Stitches, and I believe that's the same reason that they have that for them. For that Leoric. But either way, let's go ahead and get on into game here. I was rambling and I forgot to push a button, and we have on the left-hand side Uncomfortably Numb, up 1, and on the right is going to be Durotan's Couch, up 1 as well. Let's see who's going to be able to take our game number 3 on Infernal Shrines. Everyone meets in mid lane. Sir Noble's going to miss the Groundbreaker right there. They did go into Warbreaker at level 1. Going to be trying to get the 5 stacks and then the 15 stacks if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So you get the additional damage over time, and then you get the cooldown reduction at the 15. Novus is going to be thrown around right there. They're trying to back out. Kerrigan gets a massive combo. Pilot of Earth gets to sleep onto a few. Fishy going to be getting traded out for Novus. I think I said their name wrong, but either with a Kerrigan. Toss from Garrosh. Monkey does get the potion in time. I was like holding my breath. I was like, do they get to the potion? Is it going to be in time? Will they get picked off? They don't. And that'll be just a 1-for-1 trade in that lane. Famous will actually be solo laning Kael'thas into Leoric. Interesting. The big interesting factor here for me is you typically want Kael'thas in your 4-man, so that way you can get as many regeneration globes onto them as possible, so they can build that arcane barrier as well as their mana pool from the regeneration globes, because this is an uncapped quest. So your best bet is to get to 20 as quickly as possible. 1, for the arcane barrier, but 2, to be able to have that increased mana pool, so you're not starved in any way, shape, or form when it comes to just spamming abilities during the objective phase. 3 to 3 in levels. We should be seeing some camp split offs at this point. That's exactly going to be it. Right hand side, they're going to grab their siege camp. A little bit slower on the camp timings, but still they'll be able to grab them almost simultaneously, or at least at the same time, and they'll be able to have some pressure in the mid. Decker Kane just doing Decker Kane things. The quickest lane clear in Heroes of the Storm, if you didn't know. Currently slapping for 71 in auto. Strongest wave clear. Sugarless gummy bears? Wait, what? The Valkyrie lore is WoW lore accurate, so it fits it well either way. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Zool doesn't spawn skeletons, he spawns gummy bears? Yeah. Oh, Revolver! Come on now! Shame. I'm judging you. This is gonna be bottom lane camp grabbed here. Herodric Cube would be used to check the bush. They do go for the Ruby at level 4 because of just the healing output you can grab from that one. Mal'Ganis did go into Wingguard at level 1, but also went into Might of Sigaris at level 4 for just the increased duration on that armor, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, excuse me, reducing the duration of it, but increases the armor. It's just a smile from Revolver. Kratz, how you doing, bud? Kael'thas will be on the first objective, getting 9 out of the 40 skeletal defenders as necessary. They're going to try and group them up right here, use that living bomb, then throw the flame strike under the ground, try and clear this out as quickly as possible. Both teams are actually rotating up, but the one thing I want to point out is Raynor is showing in bottom lane, and this is actually the vision for our right-hand side team. So they see that Raynor, they know this is a 4v5 in their favor. They're going to try and step on a Famous who's trying to work their way out. There's going to be a root from Decker Kane. They get a bunch of stacks. Unfortunately, Kael'thas will still go down 10 stacks on the arcane, the Mana Addict at level 1 for them. Honest to God, for a second, I was like, why is Leoric auto-attacking the potions? And then I realized there's a skeletal defender right there, and I was like, okay, alright, hold on. My eyes were just deceiving me for a second. Kerrigan is still showing, or actually will be showing in mid now, So cycling some members around, Garrosh tosses one out, also to try and get that stack on Warbreaker from level 1 at 9 out of the 15 onto that one. Mal'Ganis stepping in, Night Rush coming out from them as well. Orphea trying to chomp out, did go into the Ravenous Hunger at level 7. Gravity Lapse from Kael'thas connecting onto a couple. Living Bomb will spread, Ana goes down, they find the Orphea as well. 23 to 32 when it comes to Skeletal Defenders. Big Eggroll has to roll away, they get pulled around, Gravity Lapse, and they're going to be going down. Toss from Garrosh is just going to be a defensive one to get Pilot of Earth away. Mr. Monkey Man and Kerrigan will be left on the point while they siege in, and this is a very strong play for the members of Uncomfortably Numb. KT, no convection? Come on now. Come on now. Are we serious? I will say this, if you are solo laning and you're not going to be able to get those regeneration globes, you might as well convection. No. I would never encourage that. No convection. No butt vection. No butt vection. That's a new one. 8s are going to be up on both these sides. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as we haven't had a chance just yet to look at them. 10 Talontier is also going to be coming through in favor for Uncomfortably Numb. As of now, they do have a level lead because of the couple kills they've gotten thus far. Punisher slapping onto this fort. Mal'Ganis taking a lot of shots. That's a huge Night Rush in their favor. Greymane, I don't know if it was woken up or wasn't hit by it. Leoric is going to try and Wraithwalk and get that last auto. There it will be, but they're a little far away from their friendly team. Will they be able to make things happen on... Like, Punisher could jump backwards, actually not going to be doing so. Captain Wedge taking a lot of damage. Won't be hit with the healing dart, but they're going to just grab some of their own potions they leave on the ground. They'll hit 10 Talontier, they'll back off, and Kael'thas still sieging in. What do we have for our 10s? Carrion Swarm for the Mal'Ganis, makes sense. Whoopsie. Kerrigan is Maelstrom, which standard, so it's pretty much standard across the board. Yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary. No Pyroblast shenanigans. No dark conversion. There we go. No Lord NATO. I don't know. Lord NATO it's fun and all, but it just feels like it causes more chaos than it sets up. If like stay a while and listen, you hit an R button, people stand still for a couple seconds. Lord NATO, maybe you get some saves, maybe you block them from getting through their front gate, but I feel like stay a while. Like even when I play Deckard, like I'll go Lord NATO for the memes, and I'm just like I even do it. I'm just like I should have gone stay a while. Like I'm just disappointed in my own play. Top lane will be pushed in a little bit. They're going to have Kerrigan come up there to grab as much of that as possible. Famous is back in the 4-man, so they're looking for that last regeneration globe. They find a Gravity Lapse. There's the dive onto Greymane. They're in a bit of a rough spot. They're going to try and Dark Flight to one of the units, but they don't manage to do so. And this will be stay a while. Oh, the Indomitable just in time, but they don't. It expires before they get through the stay a while and listen. There's a Warlord's challenge, but they still are able to get the kill onto that Garrosh. Captain Wedge getting very low. Eternal Feast comes out. They do have the multiple procs coming out. Mr. Monkey Man dropping the Hyperion, and they open up mid lane further for themselves. Next Punisher will be Mortar, and that will be in bottom lane. 10s on both sides, and as I was saying on the left, there's really nothing out of the ordinary on the right when it comes to heroics. Ultralisk for the win. Not in this game, unfortunately. Maelstrom it will be. Alrighty. So next objective shouldn't be too far off. 13 Talontier will probably be in the pocket for Uncomfortably Numb. Durotan's Couch still about a level away. If they could find a pick here, that'd be huge for them, but they end up just losing one member here and there, and they also have Leoric in top lane. I don't expect them to try and step into the enemy side right now, especially without the Talontier advantage like they will have. I'm waiting to see what happens here. Okay, no, they're just gonna set up in a bush and they'll be waiting for the objective. Oh no, they're gonna split off and they'll grab themselves the Bruiser Camp for top lane. Tarask? Who, Kyle Ferguson? That's actually their name, I believe. In Heroes, at least. Still just a little back and forth between Pilot of Earth and Captain Wedge. Ooh, wait, Entomb, Sleep. That's a huge pick. 2 heroics were used. 3 heroics were technically used because Curse Bullet. It's just such a low cooldown. I wouldn't even like. Not that I don't consider it. It's just like it's such a low cooldown. They're going to have it for the next fight. Entomb and Crushing Jaws is going to be a little bit longer than that. Another 20 or so seconds on top of that. on top of what Curse Bullet already has. But 10 seconds on the Mal'Ganis. They got to make a play happen here as the enemy team's already halfway through. They step into the point. That's going to be a Phoenix from Kael'thas, Hyperion from Mr. Monkey Man. They're going to get a chomp. A lot of damage coming at us. That will be a Decker Cane stay a while. And listen, they turn this around. They actually tried to find the dive. Sir Noble still running within the Hyperion. Big Egg Rolls left all by their own, and that'll be a triple kill in favor for the member. Patches. Oh, just too late. They didn't get the auto attack onto them. That's going to be a pull. No impale. The Orc is going to Wraith Walk away, but the Punisher was summoned into bottom lane. Mortar Punisher it will be. Siege is alright. Single target damage is a lot stronger as well, especially when they jump forward, they start to just slap people, and then they have these rockets or these mortars come out from them. Kael'thas goes back into top lane at 28 stacks on the Mana Addict, so their total mana pool right now is 1,075. Mid lane pressure coming through. Punisher actually was baited beyond the fort in bottom lane, which even then, the minions are going to get the kill onto that, so it's not that big of a deal. Uncomfortably Numb. Surprised that they're not going to siege in with this. They kind of back off, and I think they're just looking for level 16, and they're going to try and make plays happen at level 16 rather than with this Punisher through bottom lane. They still get the free fort. They're going to get a fort in mid lane. It looks like maybe even a... No, there's no way. Leorc should be able to Wraith Walk out of that. Kala equals Tarask. Oh, it's a different spelling. You're right. You are correct. I just now realized that, Kalis. Oh, let's see. I'm just looking at camps. Camp for bottom is going to be up in a second, and left and right are going to be actually 1 minute 50 something for both of those. What's up, Bandit? You're pacing a lot, bud. Do you just know all the goodies are coming for you? It's like that kid on their birthday on that birthday day where they're just like, I know my presents are coming, but when? When do I get the presents? 16 is going to be up on the side of Uncomfortably Numb. They open up mid lane a little bit further for themselves. Next Punisher, top lane will be Arcane. Camp, not going to be pushed up too far. They're just playing the lanes and just pushing things up and keeping the experience rolling in their favor. See if I can find some without a questing talent. Orphea is going to be sitting at what? 68 stacks or 68 bonus damage? 78, excuse me. Caster math. Ooh, there we go. Right. Trying to find someone without a questing talent or marks on them. There we go. Still pushing into bottom lane. Kael'thas in a bit of a flank-ish. No, they're just rotating through. Okay. I was wondering if they're going to try and bait them out into the lane, but I was like, Durotan's couch I don't think would fall for that, so they're saying that our lanes are all pushed in. Let's just try and get value. Leorc was maybe showing in top lane, so they know this is at least right now a 4v5 in their favor. Sir Noble taking quite a bit of damage, that living bomb, and the rest of the team is putting some pepper onto them. No pressure onto the keep just yet. A little bit of damage right there as they get a flame strike off to the side. Decker King gonna zone them with a scrollless ceiling. Yes, sorry. I always flip those two names, like Scroll of Identify and Scroll of Ceiling, but it's Scroll of Ceiling because it gets the root and Identify for the identifying the weaker armor on them. I don't know. We have Captain Wedge Wraith walking in, just making their presence known. Catapult's still here. They're poking here and there. They also do have that Ignite from the Kael'thas, so anyone hit with that Flame Strike is going to have a Living Bomb applied to them, and they just keep throwing that near the fort, excuse me, the keep, and the camp just got cleared out. This is wild. Leorc going for another flank. Same kind of play once again. Night Rush from Mal'Ganis, like, if you drop that Wraith Walk, I'm going to have a sleep right on top of you. We'll get rooted. But they back off as the Shrine opens up for top lane. Going to have a wave in mid. They can grab their camp on the left-hand side, and we'll see what happens. I'm assuming this will be the same thing on the right. They just grab their camp, and this will be mashing into each other as the objective will be spawning. Oh, the Ultraless form is also spelled Tarask as well. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Invade from Captain Wedge and friends? Or are they just scout? I think they might just be scouting. You gotta play the safe. They don't have a well to back off to. On the left-hand side, they've got tools to be able to kind of back off, get themselves healthy, and re-engage here. Whereas the other side, they can just keep chasing them into lane. We're gonna pull away talents for a little bit here. We've seen those for quite some time. Curse Bolt connects on the Pilot of Earth. There's gonna be slow as well. Horadric Cube out. Or if you're gonna throw out a Dread, poking at them here and there. Just curious, really quickly, 50 stacks on the Ravenous Hunger from level 7, so that's gonna be 100 extra damage on the Chomp when they do cast that. Novus looking for a flank here. Gonna pop the Maelstrom, jumps in onto Ana. They get immediately away. Stay a while and listen comes out. They do find... Oh no, the Chrysalis is gonna save Novus. They pull them back in with a Ravage inside the Entomb. They're gonna find a triple kill. Eternal Feast is gonna get multiple procs, but no one goes down on the left-hand side. They turn around, they say, cool, let's grab the Punisher. They actually could still push in the lane a little bit further as well, letting this camp get a little bit more value. And I think Mal'Ganis might do that, or they just jump onto this camp immediately just to get the secondary camp pushing in. Leoric is cheating death. If they don't play this safe, they'll respawn on top of this team. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought them coming back to life would actually stop that animation. Okay, today I learned. First jump from the Punisher did go out. Ravenous, oh my god. Ooh, Ravage pulls them back in, Impale's gonna lock them down, and they find a kill onto Leoric. I was like, oh, you have to be worried about them spawning back there, but they actually might have been able to finish that hearth and get back. No, I think Janie was right there or something like that, or Kael'thas. Someone was right next to them, which would have interrupted it, but that is a keep getting destroyed right there. Punisher on core right now, the 15 minutes into the game. It slaps pretty hard. A fish is getting a little bit low. Carrion Swarm will be used by the Mal'Ganis as they get a huge pull in. That's a double kill once again. There's going to be the Kerrigan getting picked off. Eternal Feast still getting proc after proc. The core health is starting to fall. That's going to be a stay while and listen from the Deckard. Cainster Noble very low, does end up going down. Punisher jumps backwards onto 2, getting a double stun. Captain Wedge and Big Egg Roll in a bit of an awkward spot. They're going to go down. That's going to be a pentakill for the Kerrigan. Core going to fall, and the members of Uncomfortably Numb will solidify game number 3 on Infernal Shrines. GG, well played. Boop, boop. Is this gold? It's Division B, so exclamation point NGS MMR will tell you the ranking that the players are in. I honestly don't know off the top of my head. I always confuse the spelling with the D&D monster. I didn't even know that there was a D&D monster called that. Think about how much more damage they do with convection. All right. Okay. Okay. Kick. Come on now. Lobby 1. There you go, Division B, Diamond 5. And that's like the highest cutoff. So you're allowed to have up to Diamond 5 on your team, I believe. Or like the average MMR is Diamond 5. I believe that's how they do it, yeah. Cool. Let's get back to Bandit and let's update the team scores, and we're going to get an interview here with Pilot of Earth in just a second. And then after that, as promised, we got the Bandit treats. You can already see he's super pumped for it. Soon. Soon, baby boy. Soon. He's so pumped. He's so pumped. He has to know. Right? Don't forget, we have another best of 3 after this one coming up in about 38 minutes. Yeah. So once we get this interview done, we will, we'll do that. No games, no life. Thank you for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the content you're seeing. Alrighty, at this time we'll be joined by Pilot of Earth. Congratulations on your 2-1 victory. How you feeling?
Pretty good. I think you want to do a quick interview, right? Because you want to get your dog some treats.
Absolutely, but we have time for you to ask some questions and stuff. So let's talk about game number 2, where is game 1 you all looked on point, synergistic, just running it down, not rolling them over, but running them down in a sense. Game number 2, we go to Tomb of Spider Queen. It kind of flips on you. What was it? Was it their wave clear? Was it their dive? What was it that kind of shut you down in that game? Because it seemed like you just couldn't get a footing consistently throughout Tomb.
That is a good question, and I wish I knew the answer. I'm just kind of sitting in the off lane and
just doing PvE things.
Doing PvE things. Leo's fighting me pretty well, and I just let my team do them. And you know, sometimes it doesn't work out.
What? Why no leap?
I just think that's like that ultimate, basically just puts you out of position.
I know. It's just, this is why I am consistently low plat, high gold, because I just like to leap. I could press R and live and deal a lot of damage, or I could press R and jump on someone. So yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. But memes aside, Sonya into Leorc, let's actually talk about that matchup a little bit, because I was interested. Do you think that Leorc's life drain was to the point where you wouldn't be able to kind of self-sustain that lane? Also, you didn't take War Paint at level 1, you took Tough as Nails. What was the reasoning for that?
I don't play a lot of Sonya. I'm also stuck in plat, so I don't know some things, but I just thought he does some basic attack damage, and I think they had Orphea, and
Yes.
she's got her D as well, which does quite a bit in team fights. And I don't remember the entire team, but I think your first question was also the life drain and avoiding it. I was just trying to like spin through him.
Okay. Just trying to avoid as much as possible. No, it was just cool. I just had a couple questions since you know I rarely get to talk to soul laners. Actually, on that note of soul laning, do you play a lot of Thrall by chance? Because I have a question for some Thrall players.
No, I don't really play tank.
Dang. Wait, no, Thrall's not a tank.
Really lame interview.
No, you're fine. Wait, no, Thrall in the offlane. You don't play him in the offlane at all?
Maybe in like some plat games when I'm forced there, but
Dang. All right, I've been at like Paradox and I were talking about this last night about not Monotide, but Rolling Thunder at level 1 and just why some people are playing it. But either way, that's okay. No, it was seriously, it was good games. Overall, your team we're kind of past the halfway mark for NGS. Are there any teams that you're excited or nervous to go up against as the season progresses, or is it like, cool, we got this cakewalk, we're gonna make it to the playoffs?
Oh God, no. We're like I don't know, like 8th place right now. I've got some friends on Tricky Gooses that'll be fun. I don't know when that is, maybe next Thursday, but I look forward to that game. But yeah, no, we just like playing as a team. You know, when we're really watching super hard.
Okay. No, I was just curious, but no, these were really fun games. Before I let you run out of here, any shouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you very much for casting. You're absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
I mean, look at me. I can't do interviews, and you're making me look good somehow.
Thank you.
Big shout out to the Bandit Cam. He deserves all the treats he gets. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Durotan's Couch. They played great. That was a really fun series. And normally, when there's no pandemic, we normally play at an esports lounge in Ottawa. To just like a
to have that land feel.
Yeah, and you know it's nice to have your teammates beside you, so you can like look him at the eye when they like don't follow up.
or it's like, did you really just die there? Like really? Like you can take off your headset and actually like shame them, but.
Well, kind of, because they'd probably be looking at me.
Either way, these games were so much fun. Thank you for the interview. You have a wonderful night, and congratulations once again on your 2-1 victory.